sometimes there's products so flawed that you just keep having to replace them, but also so good that you just keep buying the same exact thing despite that flaw as the replacement, knowing that full well you're going to have to replace it again. And so I figured I'd talk to you guys about the Logitech G305 today, because sometimes people ask me what mouse I use and why, and also this morning I just happened to be about to order yet another set of these because I saw them drop on sale to $29.99, which happens on a pretty regular basis, and I was going to order even more because I know I'll need them, and then I figured, you know what, let's talk about it. I usually review graphics cards, so if you're popping into my channel for the mouse review, realize that this is not my main thing I talk about, but I will give you my thoughts on this, and people do ask about it. So what do I mean by this is so good and so flawed? Well, first of all, I have no issues throwing money at solving a problem. So if I could spend more money to get a mouse that did what I wanted it to do, if it was a $100 mouse but it was perfect, I never have to replace it, great. Now, I'm not the world's foremost mouse expert, so maybe I've missed something, but here's the thing. I have a specific problem I need to solve, which is my gaming PC is way across the room, and but then I do benchmarks and actually run it on a screen over here very frequently. So one thing I need is a wireless mouse that has really great range. It works at a long distance. It never gives me any stability or connection issues. And also, I just really hate the idea of having to constantly remember to plug the thing in to recharge. And so this solves both of those problems perfectly. This is not a rechargeable mouse, but it does last forever on a AA battery. It depends on your use case. I can't tell you exactly how long you will get out of this. But I generally, on the ones in my classroom, because I have a bunch of these. I have some here in my basement recording gaming spot over here. I also teach and I have some in my classroom. The ones in my classroom have been there, I think, a couple years now, and I have never had to change the AA battery. Now, those I don't use as regularly as I do the ones at home. And these ones, I probably get 6 months to a year out of the batteries in these things. Now, your use case could be different, but all I can say is I have never come across another mouse that will go that long on a battery, but also is a good mouse. This thing does have the, Logitech Hero sensor or whatever you call it, so it is good and accurate for gaming. And it's also nice and lightweight. It is, I'm sure you can buy a super fancy, I'm not some kind of esports pro, so I'm sure some people want an even lighter mouse or something like this, but this feels comfortable to use in my hands. That can be a personal preference thing. It is lightweight. It doesn't have a huge amount of buttons. You do get the little, side thing so I can get my front back on my keyboard kind of deal. You do have a button to adjust the mouse sensitivity. You get a scroll wheel. One thing it doesn't have is the click to go into infinite scroll mode versus the clicky scroll. This one just sticks in the clicky scroll. So there are a few things that I think, could be better about it. But again, it's not a super expensive mouse. And again, the number one thing I was looking for, well, there was two things that are basically equal priority. Really good wireless connection that is fast, long range, doesn't drop out, and a battery I just don't have to worry about. You almost never need to think about the battery situation on these. And, for keyboards, for example, I was willing to actually spend a lot more money to solve those same problems. So like for wireless keyboards, I have this is the 10 keyless version, and I have the 10 key version right here as well of the Logitech, what is it, the G915 or something like that. These are pretty expensive keyboards. I don't think they're amazing value, but they're a keyboard that kind of solves that same issue. This is connected to a PC a long way across the room, and it gets a great connection. It is stable. It does not drop out. And while these ones don't take AA batteries, these ones are ones that you plug in to recharge. I have to recharge this. It has a little battery light, and the battery light will pop on. I feel like, again, I'm not specifically timing this, and my use case might be different than your use case, but maybe every 4 to 6 months, depending on how much I'm using it, will I have to plug it into charge. Charges in a couple of hours, and that's about it. Now, the only thing that annoys me on these is that it uses the USB Micro B power connector, which is really obnoxious. Wish it was USB Type-C. Wish everything would switch to USB Type-C. But anyway, I guess I wasn't really planning on even talking about keyboards in this video, but there you go. So in other words, I guess what I'm saying is, I didn't really buy the G305 mouse because it's inexpensive. I bought it because of it solves an issue that I would have been willing to throw more money at, but I haven't been able to find another mouse that does that thing as well as this does. So what do I mean about it being so flawed? Well, the issue is double clicks. So these use a sensor, not a sensor, sorry, it uses a good quality sensor, the switch for when you actually click, that is prone to developing I think online they call it a double click issue. The way I experience it is sometimes I will be clicking on things and it will either double click when I didn't want it to, or it feels like it kind of sticks. It like clicks on the thing and almost feels like it's holding it to drag it when I meant to just click once. So basically, the switch stops functioning properly after a certain amount of time. Now, I have gone through, I think, 2 of these have developed that issue, and they're the 2 that I've had the longest. I've probably bought 5 of these total. I have 2 in my classroom and 2 here, and then I have a spare as well. That's what I was going to order today when I decided to do this video. Basically, these mice regularly go on sale for about $30, sometimes $35. The normal price is $50. You can find them pretty regular basis around $40. The point is, whenever they go down to about $30, I'm tempted to buy a spare because that double-click issue, I'm not the only person having that issue. If you look online, a lot of people report those problems. So basically what this comes down to is, it's a mouse that perfectly solves my problem, but it will be developing issues over time with that double-clicking issue. Now, I have seen, although I haven't done this myself, that you can repair the switch. I guess you can buy little kits on Amazon that are pretty simple to install and replace, so that's another route you can go. For me, I've just been collecting these because I like them. They're really comfortable for me to use. They do everything I need them to do. But again, I just like kicked my stand for my camera thing here. Sorry, guys. Anyway, and now we went out of focus. Whatever. I'm getting distracted. The point is, what was I saying? Right. So I've just accepted that once every couple of years, I might start developing double-click issues and need to replace the mouse. And I'm willing to do that because it does such a good job at that problem. Now, I'm open to suggestions in the comment section if you guys have other mice that will, again, get me like 6 months to a year out of the battery life and really long distance stable connection. This does what I need it to do. And it's been really hard for me to find other things that do that as well, despite the issues. And the last thing I'll say is, if a mouse that had everything cost $100, you could buy 3 of these for that price when these are on sale. So that could get you many, many years out of it for about the same price anyway. I do really like the mouse overall, but despite the double-click issues. This isn't sponsored or review samples or anything. Honestly, just thought I'd talk about it today and see if you guys were interested. I might include links with affiliate links or something in case anybody does want to buy one. Like I said, they are the blue version's on sale today when I'm recording anyway. Anyway, hope you guys like the different sort of video, not about graphics cards today, and I hope all of you have an excellent day.